Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heart Center Tarot. As always, my name is Marina, and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. Please help me welcome back to the channel, Blaine Patrick Smith Tarot. Hey, Blaine.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Thank you for having me back, Marina. I love being here. It's fun.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Yeah, as long as it's fun, we're good to go.
Absolutely.
So I think the notice just went out, so we'll wait until I'm sure we'll have a few more folks that are gonna swing by, stop in. Right now I only see one, so yeah, we'll just there's four.
There
See,
we go.
they're coming in. Hi, folks.
I love it.
Hi, folks. So while we're Witchy Gardens, hey, Witchy Gardens, nice to see you here. So while we're waiting for folks to come in, and before we tell them how they can enter for a chance to win a quick reading, tell the folks a little bit. For some people are going to watch live, some people are going to watch in replay.
Watch later.
So we should let them know who you are, what you do.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Hello, everyone out there, and hello, those who may be joining us later. My name is Blaine Smith. I'm a tarot reader in Portland, Oregon, and I'm getting my business up and running. I'm doing private one-on-one sessions over Zoom, so it doesn't matter your geography, that we can absolutely schedule something. Doing shorter half-hour blocks, hour blocks. There's even, if you just have a little bit of time, I have e-readings where happy to send me in a thing. There's 3 or 4, good for birthday gifts if you want a little bit of inspiration. I'm actually just about to, within the next day, do a promotional code based on tariffs, and we're all hurting perhaps a little bit from tariffs. So instead of being tariff-fied, you should be tarot-fied.
Yes.
So I'm running a promotion so I can hopefully meet some new people and help some people out. But I love working these. I love doing these events. These are fun to just pull a couple of quick cards and see what pops out. But I also love, I had a couple of great sessions last week where people were honestly just having, one of them was someone was really wanting to dig into a relationship that they were having with a parent that was problematic. And it was a great way to just dig in with 6 cards and reflect back to them what maybe the problem was. And they left, I saw them a day later and they were still flabbergasted by what we discovered in that session. And then later that day, even I had someone who unfortunately came in and just said, like, my life is a shit show right now. And so, pardon my French. And so we dug into it. I listened to what was going on in their life, and I kind of designed a reading just for them. And see the coin flip on their mood and their emotional place from the beginning to the end. I think they left with a lot of inspiration and some new insights, which is why I love doing this. This is what I love to do. I use it as a mirror to sort of just look at, like, what's going on in your inner world right now in the present, and how can we understand things differently, and maybe how can we move you toward the future that feels better, you feel empowered.
Yes,
I absolutely believe in all of the choices that we get to make, if particularly the tarot will tell us. And so
the tarot generally doesn't, it tells you what you need to hear, not always what you want to hear.
Yes.
So it's a great way to kind of check in on things and almost take yourself out of the situation. Absolutely. And have someone there with you say, okay, we're observing. Here's what's going on. Here's the lay of the land. Which parts resonate with you, which parts are a little problematic, and so on. So I think tarot readings or oracle readings, any kind of personal reading, is a gift that you give yourself.
Right.
It's to kind of put a spotlight on certain things that are happening right now, and it gives you also sometimes someone else's perspective on things, right?
Absolutely. Well, and to think in those two readings I just mentioned, the devil came up twice. It came up in each of them. And the devil
Yes.
is a pretty big, mean, heavy card. And so
Yeah.
if nothing else, to be able to just sit with someone and see them and sit with them, and just as they process, if that feels like it resonates, and it resonated with both of them.
Yes.
And to be able to just sit with someone and, even though it's through Zoom, to just sort of hold someone's hand as they realize some of the heaviness that they have been, sometimes it's you just realize the heaviness that's been in your life that you haven't been able to give a word to.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. And it's, for those of you that are hearing this, like I said earlier, a reading is a gift that you give yourself. It's also a fabulous gift to give to someone else.
True.
Right? For anniversaries, birthdays, just because it's for, someone's going through could be a bit of a hard time, could be transition in their life. It could be, anything along those lines. And so gifting them with something like a reading allows you to help them without necessarily having them tell you all the things that are going on in their life that they may or may not want to share.
Right. And sometimes even to gift someone who is maybe feeling a little stuck and they don't want to acknowledge it. And so you say, I see you, person who I care about in my life, stuck in the mud, and you aren't doing anything about it. And so I'm going to do this for you and hope that you can get a little bit of fresh perspective, because
exactly.
We all go through our lives.
Yeah, it is very, very helpful. And so, if you're, let me put this up. If you're interested in booking a reading with Blaine,
absolutely.
His website is blainepatricksmith.com.
Yes. Again, all on Zoom, so geography is not important.
Exactly. Exactly.
I don't even know if you can see, I've got my little camera here. I have a second camera, so we really look at the cards. We really dig into them. I really like to work with the imagery and get your responses to the cards first, in case that maybe I've also had it happen many times when a friend will pick the sun, which tends to be a very positive card of wholeness and unity. And I've had several people in my life they did not read it that way. And so for me to tell them that this is supposed to feel joyful and that they didn't feel it is important. And that's one of those things that you're like, okay, well, what is it that you are not able to feel joy around or feel positive around now? And so let's talk about that a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's a good thing to do. So if you want to go to, go to his website and book on there, and Blaine is new to YouTube, just starting out his channel. So please go over to his channel and subscribe to him. It doesn't cost anything.
Right.
And you're going to help him grow his channel, and you're going to help him get his message out to people who want to hear it. And that is always a good thing. Anytime that we share our knowledge, share our resources, it's always a good thing. So I'll bring these up later on as well.
I appreciate that.
You're more than welcome. But in the meantime, I'm just quickly going to say hello to Rose Blue, Play Love Remember, Witchy Gardens, Mary Hernandez Walker, hello. Amanda Carroll, hello, Amanda. Scott Altman, thank you for being here. Edward Kennett, lovely to see you, Edward. And I think that, and Viviani's here. Hey, Viviani.
Oh,
hey.
Viviani.
Nice to see you. So we are going to do some personal readings, and we're going to use that Fickle Finger of Fate, because I love to push the button and watch the wheel spin.
No, and I love to make the wheel spinning sound. So I'll keep making it that sound until someone tells me to please stop. You're annoying.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, I'm a child at heart. It does not take much to make me happy.
No. Well, and again, like tarot's about choice. We get to choose where we find joy and some lightness.
Totally. Yes, totally.
As everyone has chosen to spend a little time with us today, and I love that.
Yes. Perfect. So if you want to get in on the draw to win a reading, in the comments section, you type in hashtag Monday. I
Yes.
couldn't come up with anything more creative.
I feel like it's appropriate. It hits the nail on the head, unfortunately.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Monday.
Yes.
So yeah, we are here in Canada. We've got a long weekend. It's
Oh, right.
Victoria
Yes,
Day
we got one.
weekend.
Right.
So yeah, I was hoping that that it would be a lovely day and that I could get to do some things and maybe do some things outside.
Uh-huh.
It rained all day yesterday. It rained this morning. The sun is kind of peeking out between the clouds, but
Yes.
honestly, it's like
It's very similar here in Portland. We're
yes,
getting our lovely late spring gray rain,
yes,
sun that passes through, and then also it will pour rain while it's sunny. I like to call that
yes.
sunshine or rain shine, excuse me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
yes.
Absolutely. And thank you, Viviani, for putting up Blaine's YouTube
Oh,
channel.
thank you so much. I
Yay.
appreciate that, Viviani.
Yeah, absolutely. So you know what? Yeah, um we want to see his channel grow.
Yes, we do. Thank you. Yes, we
Yes.
do.
Yeah, absolutely. So get get in on the ability to to get your reading now before he becomes so busy that it's going to be, oh yeah, well, I have an opening in September.
Right.
It's at 11 p.m. but
Right.
hey,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, and I just spent a lot of time, and I made my boyfriend, who's very good at these things, help me film a commercial that is just stupid and campy, and that will
Perfect.
drop. That'll drop probably later today or maybe even tomorrow on all of my socials, and all the socials are at Blaine Reads Tarot, which is great to get brand consistency.
Yes,
Stupid, and there's a promo code at the very end of it, but yeah, let's get some people some late spring, early summer inspiration and wisdom. We got the solstices coming up soon too, so
yes, yes, we do. Yes, we do. And hello, Marby Gongora. And Play Love Remember said she just subscribed.
oh, wonderful, thank
Yay!
you.
Yeah, you're up to 13.
Woo-hoo. I love 13. That's a lucky number.
Fabulous. Yes, yes. So, and just yeah, business end of things. Don't forget, as I said, like, share, and subscribe to both our channels. It doesn't cost anything. If you're interested, you can go to my website, which is marinasheartcentertarot.com. Let me hold up the little sign. There you go. And you can go on there. You can book a reading on there. You can check out the classes that are on offer. You can read the things that folks have said about my readings because, I want you to know what you're getting. So
Right, right. And what I
go in.
love about all of us is we all read differently. We all,
Yes.
and even in reading for other readers, everyone pulls a little bit of a different meaning out of a reading, and then how helpful is that to just get more perspective?
Exactly.
Sometimes it can be sometimes too much. I will say sometimes you can use not as many perspectives, and some people will put their thumb on a scale that they ought not have. But
Yes. Well, there
generally,
you go.
I would say it's always better to get a little bit of feedback.
It is. It is. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. I will remind everyone that, and I'm sure you already know, but it's just a reminder for folks who are watching maybe in replay. This Saturday, May 24th, starting at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, is the 7th Shine Your Light event. And it's when we gather as like-minded individuals, we set the intention that we are going to spread love, light, compassion, and unity to the world, to anyone, anywhere who needs it. And we ask you to participate starting at the 7 p.m. Slot in Eastern Standard Time by turning on your porch lights, putting putting an electronic or a battery operated lamp in your window, turning a lamp on in the window, and leave it on all night. that is your way to participate in the event. So every time you see the light, you go, yep, that's me. Yeah, I'm shining the light. And then as we hit the 7 p.m. time slot across the country, again, we'll say a prayer, we'll set the intention on what it is that we want to do. And anytime that we do that as a collective, our energy is multiplied exponentially. So whether you watch it live, whether you watch it in replay, the energy is the same, and it is fabulous. Fabulous energy. So, all right. Hello, Water Lily. Nice to see you here. And did I say hello to Marby Gongora? I hope so. I hope so. Okay, let's start the readings. Let's start the fun.
Spin that wheel.
Spin that wheel. Okay, hold on. I need to add this to the stage. All right. And
so this is just a little quick fill-in story. I was on Jeopardy once, and because they are filmed by the same company, they kept us in the holding room. Yay, Witchy Gardens. The holding room was the Wheel of Fortune studio. So we sat all day overlooking the studio. Now the wheel was covered up. There's a sign on it. You cannot go mess with the wheel. But man, did I want to. It was right next to the makeup station. I just wanted to reach up and give it a spin.
Exactly. Exactly. I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
They didn't let us. It was mean.
Totally. All righty, Witchy Gardens. You're up first. Let us know what you'd like us to read on for you. So, and yeah, the only thing that I ask is, if you enter for a chance to win, make sure that you stay with us. Just in case if you're called and you're not here, we can't pick up on your energy, so we'll just go to the next person. So, Witchy Gardens, put your question in. Yeah, she says, holy cow, I'm first.
See? Lucky.
Yes.
Lucky Monday.
Yeah. Okay.
This is when I would be furiously typing and then furiously backspacing all the typos because I'm not the best typist. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Witchy Gardens, I'll tell you what, we're just going to do a quick general.
Yes.
So what's the energy around? Oh, there you go. Are you able to read on a message from my cat who recently passed over?
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, we love our fur babies. We love them a lot.
Well, I got the 9 of Cups, which just tells me how much love that you had for your little friend. And as we see, a really lovely, happy place. And again, cat, 9 cups, 9 lives. And at the end of those 9 lives, we have this joyful place in this light space. So that feels like they knew that they were very well loved and very well cared for in this realm.
Yeah, absolutely. And they are acknowledging your sorrow right now. Mm-hmm. They can certainly feel it. So I get the 10 of Swords.
Oh, yeah.
And, usually, that's kind of, tens are endings, right? Mm-hmm. Things come to completion and so on. And they want you to know that it's okay to, to go through the grieving process, but just know that, other things are coming. And the next card that I got out was move through your fear.
Oh, and I got new life.
Yes. So, yeah, I think that Kitty is saying if you're feeling guilty about thinking, oh, I miss my cat, I should get another cat, and then all of a sudden you go into that, oh my God, how can I do that? There will never be a cat that's going to replace so and so. You're right, there won't be, but there is another cat, another animal that wants to come in, and your pet that has crossed over is saying yes. Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
And sometimes they come back to us in other pets.
Yes.
Or in other ways. But
Yes.
I am sorry about the loss, because any
Yes.
loss is never easy.
No, and especially for our fur babies. Sometimes I think I like my fur babies more than I like some people. They don't lie to you. They don't take advantage of you.
No,
They're always glad to see you.
right.
Yeah. So, all righty. Okay. Hello, Spiritual Garden. Nice to see you here.
Lovely.
Oh, and Witchy Garden says she has been visiting me in my dreams
Oh
often.
yeah, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. Get ready, because she will bring your next pet to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So next on the list, we have Viviani. Well done, Viviani. What would you like to know today, Viviani? Type it in. We'll take care of it for you. Yeah. And I think that is just fabulous. Okay. Whoops. I will take that off. Okay. And Edward Kenneth says he loves the sound effects. Yes.
Let's see if I can figure out new ones. I'll try to keep it fresh.
Yes. Yes. So Viviani, what would you like? And for the rest of you, think about your questions, so that if you're picked, you know what you want to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have a message about finances. Please and thank you. All right, Viviani.
Okay.
Let me put that up. Question about finances.
Queen of Swords. So you're being asked, or you're being reminded, that you see all clearly. Queen of Swords is often the justice of the minor arcana. So there is an aspect that you will be weighing things out using your mind, coming from your place of air, your mental realm, and that you will cut through the bullshits and you will see what needs to be seen. But she's sitting upon her throne. So I love that sort of idea of mastery. And we have this very powerful female who knows when she's being told a lie, who knows when she's being fed something that is not true. So use that sort of wisdom to cut through, see things, weigh things clearly around finances.
Yes. And what I get, I start with the Two of Cups. So this is finances that are linked to someone else. And so you're kind of having to go through the process of deciding what it is that you want to fight for. Okay. I also get excuse me, unraveling. So this tells me you're thinking that that you may not be able to handle this. You absolutely will. You have what it takes to get you through this. It means you may have to go through some things that that may be a little unpleasant, but make decisions with your intellect, not your heart. Know what it is that you want to fight for. Know when to walk away from something, so that if someone is you know how sometimes when a relationship ends and you're dividing things up, and the other person will take the one thing that really means a lot to you and say, oh no, I want that, because they know that it's a way to kind of hurt you. So as you're going through that, say, oh, you want it? Sure, take it.
And death, you're being asked to transform.
Yeah.
And it's not always easy. There are thorns on the rose, but you're being given an opportunity to bloom in a new way.
Yes.
And there may be just shedding of some past to be done
Yes.
with.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. But you will get through this. You will absolutely get through this, and you'll come out stronger on the other end. Yeah. All right.
Thank you, Viviani.
Yes. Hope that's helpful. Okay.
Spitting all over my
Does it play love remember?
Remember.
Yay.
Wonderful.
Yes, absolutely. All righty. So, play love remember. Let us know what it is that you would like us to read on for you, and we'll make it happen. Yay! Yeah. Whoops. Cards want to go all over the place. Okay.
Yes,
All
and
right.
there are lots of messages to be told that way.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Come on, play love.
Are you with us?
Yes, she's here. She said, woohoo.
Yes, good.
Woohoo.
Probably doing the furious typing and then the furious backspacing as I have to do.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I get it. Public space, typos, just.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Excuse me. We've been with all this rain. It's kind of it's helped calm down some of the things that bring on allergies, but at the same time,
makes it a little.
Yeah.
A little thick air. Yep. Yeah.
Totally. So, all righty, and she says, what do they want to say about this eventful day? What do they want?
Knight of Coins. So hard work that pays off. Journey, slow journey. Moving from the dark, literally with this card, moving from the dark into a light place and taking something treasured with you. Keep on doing what you're doing. It's working. It may feel slow and like a trudge, but it is the way to do it. And remember that the reward is not the destination. The reward is the journey.
Wow. Absolutely. I start with the Page of Pentacles, which is Pentacles are not only about finances, but they're about values and things that are important to you, health, and so on. And the next card that I got out was Release Old Messages. Or old patterns. Release old
relief, which is absolutely the same thing.
Perfect.
Hard days are you are perhaps in this dark place and you're entering the light place. Let go.
Yes.
Trust that things are working.
Yes, exactly. So you're starting out as the page and you're working your way up to the knight, to the queen, to the king, to the ace. Mm-hmm. So you're on your way to getting things that you want. Just release old patterns. Yes. And yeah, whatever doesn't resonate with you anymore, if it doesn't suit you anymore, you say, okay, I'm done. Thank you. Learn the lesson though. That's the big thing. Right. Is with some of those old patterns is learn the lesson, be grateful for the lesson, and then release it.
Right. Again, the reward is not where you end up, but how you get there.
Exactly. So thank you guys for joining us. Okay, let's do this again. And yay! Marby! Lovely. And Flower Beauty, if you want to get in for a chance to win a reading, type in hashtag Monday in the comments below. Okay, Marby, and I do believe, I think Marby did have a question earlier, but I didn't make note of it, Marby. So can you please put it in again for me? Yeah.
Oh, you're very welcome, Viviani. We hope it resonated.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Right.
Ah, okay. Hold on. I'm going to have to start when I see that someone has asked a question. I'm going to have to start so that, yeah, we don't have to, we don't have to just kind of sit and wait.
Right.
So, Marby girl, what are you looking at? Okay. Oh, she says general reading, please.
General reading.
Absolutely.
Oh, Queen of Wands. Oh, too close. I love that.
Queen of Wands.
Yes. Queen of our passions, queen of our creativity, queen of compassion and vibrancy and life. I always like to say with the court card, particularly in this suit, the page is always like that little kid, has that little kid energy with the first sparkler, and they don't know what to do with it. It's so exciting. And then the knight is like teenager questing energy, sending like a teenager shooting his Roman candle at his friends, doesn't know how to control the fire. But the queen, she keeps the cook fire going to nurture everyone. She takes care of everyone. She watches the little kid with the sparkler so he doesn't burn himself or set anything on fire. She yells at the teenager gently about, hey, stop shooting your friends. And she keeps everyone safe and secure with this lovely fire energy. And she also has a little furry friend with her at all times. So I love that.
Absolutely. And, my cards kind of resonate with that really well. Okay. So, Marby, I get Wheel of Fortune. Things are changing. Things are changing for you. And just when you thought that, you weren't going to be able to see your way past something, you're going to get there, because the next card that I got out was your mind, your body, your soul. So stop maybe paying attention to what other people tell you need to do, you should do. Why did you do this and why did you do that? It's your mind, your body, your soul. It's your journey. You are in control of your journey, not someone else. So if you've been waiting for things to change, they are. Oh, she says, wow, sounds like me. Yeah.
My action, nature spirits, go outside, go for a walk, reconnect to nature. It never hurts.
No.
The queen also loves a little bit of travel, a little bit of getting out into the world. So
yeah. And the Queen of Wands is actually my favorite queen in the deck.
Really?
Yeah, because you know what? She doesn't put up with a lot of BS.
No, she doesn't.
She'll call it out.
Yeah.
She knows how to get things done. So that's you, Marby.
Right.
Yeah. Step into your power, girl. All right. And let me add it back to the stage. Whoops. Add to stage. Okay. Too many buttons to push. All right. I
have to remember to take a bigger, deeper breath when we do it. Hey, Lorraine, that little friend you've got there.
Look at that pupper. Oh my gosh. Okay, Lorraine, let us know you're here. And let us know what you would like us to read on. Oh, and she says, general reading, please.
General.
Absolutely. We aim to please. And before we do that, I'll just very quickly stop and remind you guys to please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to both channels. And make sure particularly that you go over to Blaine's channel. He's just starting out his YouTube journey. So we want to see him succeed. And just think of it. Yeah, if you subscribe to him right now, you can say, oh, I was there at the beginning.
Right.
Yeah, I was one of the first.
Yeah.
Right?
OG, please be an OG. You know?
Yes, Venus. Lorraine was ready. Absolutely, she was.
And you know what? Because I got the Knight of Swords. That is all about quick action. Let's do it. Gimme. If there was ever a shoot first, ask questions 3 weeks from now, it's this fella right here. So I love it. But look at him. He's mounting a hill. He's climbing up, meeting challenges, sword first. This rainbow bridge. This is all of incorporating all of life right now and meeting it as a challenge and real quick action. Love it.
Yes. Perfect. Wonderful. And what I get for you, Lorraine, is I get the Page of Cups. And this is, a little bit of emotion, holding on to some emotion that maybe, it might be time to kind of let it go. The next card that I got was Gratitude for the Past. So I think that there's lessons in the past that have been beneficial, and you've learned a lesson. It's time to let it go. It's time to let it go. So look at that. Look at that Page of Cups. Look at the emotion. Be grateful for the emotion. Be grateful for the experience, and say, thank you. Thank you for all that, but it's time to let it go.
And then strangely, the follow-up I pulled for you as a sort of action, Earth. So here's very quick, very fast, very action-oriented, and now you're being reminded to reconnect to your Earth. Also, remind you to reconnect to your body, treat your body well, reconnect to the actual Earth. Again, similar to nature spirit, go out and enjoy it. Ground yourself if possible. This guy is fun, but this guy is all action, and sometimes all action just we need sometimes that balance between earth and air.
Yes, absolutely. And Lorraine says, I needed to hear this.
Oh, good.
Thank you both so much. You're more than welcome. I love it when that happens. I love it when that happens. Yeah. So, and while you guys are listening to other readings, if it resonates with you, take it. Take it, because sometimes, the messages that come through for you aren't always direct.
Right.
So, all right. Next, who do we have next?
I forgot to take a deep breath again. Rose Blue.
All righty. Rose Blue. What would you like us to read on? Love this. Love this.
Cards at the ready.
Uh-huh.
Hot in here, It's a little. We're cooking today. We're cooking.
Perfect. And Lorraine R says, I just subscribed to Blaine.
Oh, thank you, Lorraine. I really appreciate that.
Yes. Okay. Rose Blue. Oh, wait, I think Rose Blue would like a general.
Okay.
General reading. I just started. Sometimes when the mind goes on that little mini vacation and it forgets to let you know that it's going on this mini little vacation. Yeah.
Okay, so Rose Blue. Not my favorite card, and this is always a good reminder of when we see cards that are not pleasant, that we have a choice whether or not we accept them. We also, even in the darkest cards, there is a lesson of hope and a message. So we got the 10 of Swords, which is popped up earlier today, but I always like to think we look at this horrible image on the ground of someone being stabbed over and over. And so I wonder if this is swords, this is your mental realm. I wonder how you are doing, thinking, feeling, if you're feeling any anxiety, fear. If that's the case, this one always, that this is the darkest before the dawn. This is the 10. It's the end of a cycle. Something is new. You can choose to spin your own wheel of fortune around on this one if this is resonating. And if it is resonating, also, I'm sorry if you are feeling like you're in this place right now, because this is never, I get these high swords all the time and I hate them. It's just, and they always resonate, unfortunately. So
yes, absolutely. And I remembered Rose had mentioned earlier about her dad having some testing and
I'm so sorry about that.
So she's got a lot on her mind. And hello, Ellie, thank you for joining us. Nice to see you here. Did you do what I did when I said hi? When I watched you guys last night, you said hi to me and I went, hi, Allie. Hi, everyone. Like you can see me.
Right. Yeah.
Totally. Okay. So I start off with the 5 of Cups. And the 5 of Cups it's kind of walking away, but it's also, in this case, like what, in the traditional, no, never mind. She is holding on to something that really she does need to let go of. Yeah. So I know that you're probably a little concerned and you're worried about your dad, you're worried about your mom. All you can do is what you can do. You cannot change how things are going to go. The next card that I got out was explore fullness.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So know that you have done everything that you can and you're going to continue to do everything that you can. The rest of it, you can't. Don't give in to the emotion. Don't give in to feeling that you're not doing enough. You absolutely are.
If I even may, Marina, with the image on that one you just held up, it's a waterfall. So we can't control the flow of our emotional energy, but it does flow through us. And then I pulled an action. Unfortunately, it's stormy. So a storm is coming, but also we can't control the weather. And so I hope that you're going to type back like, guys, I don't know, I'm having a great day and this is amazing. And I don't know why you're pulling these dark things for us. But I wonder, because I'm seeing some alignment here. Again, an image of water that we can't control. Feelings come, we need to feel them. We cannot dam up our feelings, and they will also flow through in that way, and we can't control it. But we can control how we think rather than how we feel, and we can't control the weather. So what are new ways of thinking? There is, look for the dawn, perhaps. Look for the sunny part of the sky to sail toward.
Exactly. And know that this too shall pass. It always does. It always does. Okay. Rose Blue, I hope that resonated with you. So, all righty. And Rose Blue says, yeah, my personal life is also a bit challenging. I hear you. It's emotion. And you can't control the emotion, but you can control your reaction to the emotion. So, okay.
But even if I will step us out of this, even if you're having a rough time right now, you made the choice to be with us here today, and you made the choice to seek a little bit of counsel and guidance and to see what the Spirit, capital M, Mother Tarot, has to say. And that is a choice that you can make moving forward. How can you move yourself forward through these harder times?
Exactly. And Samantha, yay! And
I didn't make sound effects. I'll just make one real quick one, I guess.
And she's right on the ball. I would love a general reading for your guidance. Thank you. You got it. Absolutely. Okay. So, general reading. What's in store?
All right. So I'll be curious. I'm going to pull some clarity. I'll be curious to see how this shapes out. So I'm confused. This is the Hierophant. So this is around part of a deep a deeper spiritual and intellectual knowledge base. This is something. Sometimes it's it's viewed as the Pope. I've connected it with. I used to connect it with my therapist. An older, it's a teacher figure. It's a sage person who comes into your life. Maybe you are that person. Maybe you are searching for that person, and it's someone who passes down generational wisdom, and it's someone who is part of something much larger belief system than we are in our own individual lives. So I'll be curious to see how this one shapes up with how else the cards flop out.
Perfect. And Samantha, I start off with the Hangman.
Oh.
So seeing things from a different perspective, seeing things that maybe, you want things to and she says, funny, I almost asked about my spiritual journey. Well, it's being answered. It's being answered. So yes, looking at things from a different perspective. And in this card, that Hangman is just, he doesn't look like he's suffering, right? He looks like he's just kind of hanging it there. Okay, yeah, sure. Who knew that that the trees had tops or whatever. The next card that I got was, what is meant for you will find you. So yeah, if you're when you change your perspective on things changes. So what it is that you are looking at, that you want to bring into your life, just know that what is meant for you will find you. It's not going to pass you by. Don't think that that you've missed opportunity, or no. When the time is right, what is meant for you will come to you.
So as your follow-up, it's the Divine Masculine, which is very similar to the essence of the Emperor in the tarot deck. That this is, again, we're seeing these powerful figures. And maybe this is stuff that is within you, but maybe you're finding a teacher that doesn't necessarily have to be male presence, but someone with order, logic, control, someone with some willpower, some more dominant energy, and that maybe that there's something around that we need to take control of this to be part of the sort of knowledge base, the spiritual growth that we need. And, maybe if this is the teacher and this is saying you need a teacher with a firmer hand, perhaps someone who is going to drill you on things, develop structure for you, exert a little bit of control around what may feel like an amorphous spiritual journey.
Absolutely. And excuse me, I think Rose Blue, thank you for spending your afternoon with us. And
yes,
you got stuff to do. So, but thank you for being here. And Peace Mama says, beautiful card. What deck is that? So, what deck are you using? Because I don't know which deck she's speaking of. So we'll tell you.
Through the Hierophant came from this deck here. It's one of my favorites. It's one of the ones the tarot deck. This is the one I learned on. It is the Fountain deck. And it's very easy to read. If you don't know tarot, it was very easy to learn on. It's very intuitive. Cards talk to each other very well. You can interpret the images based on the meaning. And then this is a new toy that I've been seeing. I had a reading myself a month or two ago. And as part of a larger reading with a different deck, the reader just had me pull 3 random cards from 3 decks out in front. And one of them was, let's see if I can find it in here. It was from this deck and it said Psychic on it. It was purple. And then I saw it popping up online. I saw it in a friend's feed and I thought, oh, I need that one clearly because I keep seeing messages around this card. And I started using it a couple of days ago. Yesterday, if you were with us for the live on Emily's channel, it's wonderful and I'm really loving it. And I also keep there's a spiritual healing card it popped up 3 times yesterday. When I pulled my weekly guidance cards for myself last night, spiritual cleansing came up for me again. So there's
Perfect.
There is a need for that out there for all of us right now.
Perfect.
And Marina, what are your decks? Because I've been admiring them as well.
Well, this deck is the Mystic Palette Tarot.
Ooh.
And this was a gift from my dear friend Allie.
Oh, yes.
So, and it's a beautiful, beautiful deck. The other one is oh gosh, hold on. Intuitive Whispers Oracle.
Love it. What you can't see out there, folks, is me furiously writing these down because there are just a lot of decks out there, and when you find one, that's what I love. It's when I do in private sessions, because I believe that tarot is about choice. I will usually have 4 decks laid out, and I compel the client to choose a deck, because each deck tells a very clearly different story, and so. Yes. And the question I ask is, pretend there are 4, you're standing in an art gallery with 4 paintings on the wall. Which of these 4 paintings do you want to spend the most time in front of? Because we all respond differently to what the images say, to how they're put together, the vibe of them. This is a Rider Smith weight deck that I've started using because I had one that I didn't like. I think it was the cheapest version, where it's like primary colors. It looks like something maybe a kindergartner drew. And yellow, for those of you out there who love yellow, it's not a color. Yellow and orange don't like jump out at me. And so I had to move on from something, and there was a lot of yellow in that one. Whereas this one, they have mellowed it out a lot. So it's nice. And I like working with this deck as well, but it's all just about personal preference and what jumps out at you. So
totally. Absolutely. I've done the same thing, where I have purchased decks that I've seen other people work with, and it gives magical readings.
Yeah.
And I will get the deck, and it's like, no.
Yeah. And likewise, I've been gifted decks that are not my taste. And you want to make sure that when you get a gift of a deck, that next time you see that person, that you read for them from that deck, and then you tuck it away on the shelf where it doesn't get as much use. But it's all just it's such personal preference. So I'm happy. Hopefully one of these 4 decks that we just showed you, or all 4.
Yes, are going to resonate with you. Yeah. Absolutely. All righty. Let's do this again.
Venus. Oh, look at that beautiful little furry friend with you.
I know. That is a beautiful dog. Alrighty, Venus. Let us know what you would like us to read on for you. Yay. Yeah, lucky Venus. And I know she's here because she just posted 3 purple hearts.
I saw some hearts.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, Venus. I knew it would be as soon as I started driving.
Well, be careful, please. Be careful, please.
Yes. Okay. General, please. We can do that. We can do that.
All right. For Venus, I pulled 10 of Wands again. Yeah, so Venus, I wonder if you're feeling overburdened right now. I wonder if you're feeling burnt out. I wonder if there's just a lot going on in your life, and you're having a hard time either carrying all those sticks with you, or if you're having a harder time figuring out which direction to go into because there are too many options before you. Let's see what of the other cards pop up.
Okay. So I get the Page of Pentacles. And my sense is, this is Pentacles again are finances, values, things that are important to you. So if you're worried about finances and how you're going to be able to handle things, Um, you know the phrase "let go, let God." Let go, let God. Because the next card that I got was stop pushing and striving.
Mm.
The more that you try to make something happen, often the more pushback that you get. And it takes longer because we like to tell the spirit how we want things done. Right? I need this to happen next Tuesday, and so on. When what we need to do is appreciate what you have. You already have a fairly secure financial position. Health wise, I think you're doing fine. There's a good bit of longevity there. So rather than trying to make things happen, just go, okay,
Yeah.
I put my order in.
Yeah, I pulled the air sign as a sort of response or an action, which is telling me the air in this one is very similar to the Ace of Swords. And start something new, start it fresh, clear your thoughts, clear your mind, clear away all of this clutter that you're feeling. Tap into that Page of Pentacles, like freshness, that childlike spirit, that experiment. There's a lot of experimentation in that card, and try to just see things clearly through the air without all of this energetic clutter that you're perhaps feeling right now.
Absolutely. And thank you for sharing that, Venus. She says, wow, guys, this is about the question I was going to ask first.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
dear.
burnt with working 3 jobs.
Yeah, and perhaps on your way in the car to one of them now.
Yes.
Or on the way from.
Yes. So yeah, don't don't worry about it. You're going to be fine.
Yeah.
Things are going to work out. So, but thank you for sharing that with us. That is lovely.
Also, drive safe, please.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes, please. All righty, let's do this again. Yay! And who do we have?
I'm doing it so high that only dogs can hear it right now. So.
Yes. Yes. Mary Hernandez Walker. Mary, let us know that you're here. And let us know what you would like us to read on. And be more than glad to oblige.
Yeah. I need to pull the proper posture card out of my own deck. I find myself, I get in there and I get hunched up and I get so excited. I have to remember to.
Yes.
Feeling a little bit of my own 10 of Wands of, okay.
Yes. I was reminded on Friday, I had to go for x-rays and ultrasound on my hand. Mm-hmm. And I was reminded about good posture as I'm sitting there, in the chair like this, right? And I've got my cell phone out trying to amuse myself. And I happened to look over, and there was this lovely young lady who was maybe 13, 14, just sitting there very, very prim and proper. And I thought, I need to sit.
You were going to say the opposite, that they were so used to now having grown up.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Mary, let us know.
Mary is still with us?
I don't know. Well, Mary, if you put your question in, we are getting close to the hour mark, so I am going to pick someone else. But Mary, if you're here, and you can put your question in. Okay, so here we go. And we'll draw again.
Woo, Amanda.
Oh, Amanda Carroll. Hello, Amanda Carroll.
Right, Amanda, do we have you?
Are you here? Are you here? I think she was. Let us know. Yeah, sending lots of prayers. Thank you, Lorraine. Thank you. Yes. Oh, Amanda Carroll says hello.
Hello,
perfect.
Amanda. Yes.
Yes, okay. And what shall we read on? What shall we read on, Miss Amanda Carroll? I love doing these readings.
I do too.
Yeah, they're so much fun. They really, really are.
It is. I love the team. Well, yesterday I did one with Fernie, my boyfriend, who can be a little. It's nice because sometimes we play impassioned cop, more gentle cop.
Yes,
we live to each other in that way. So, but I love to be able to bounce the ball back and forth with each other.
Perfect. And hello, Silver Priestess from the UK. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. Yeah. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to both channels. Okay, and Amanda Carroll says, just sent an application to a preschool for kitchen help.
Okay.
Does it feel good to you? Yes, dear, it does. It does. Okay.
So I got the Chariot for you, which is on just its whole is a good card, a positive omen. It means you are in control of these very different forces. And as I'm looking at it, the idea of a preschool, like there might be some wrangling of, trying to wrangle cats. But this is telling me that, look, he's looking right at us. You've got this. This tends to be read as a good omen. So if that is your question around how this application process to the preschool will go, I feel like that's a big, nice message from spirits, from capital M Mother Tarot, and I will get some clarity in the next deck.
Absolutely. Okay. So the first card that I pulled for you was the Hierophant.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that, the Hierophant is about tradition, yes, higher knowledge, and so on. I think that you can feel that this is going to be a good move, because I think when you are surrounded by young children, I think that brings you a lot of pleasure. It also keeps you very young. The next card that I got was Fill Up Your Cup.
Mm-hmm.
So
you would say the Hierophant is a card about a teacher, and so as you're asking about a preschool, that feels like a good sign as well.
Yes, absolutely. Fill up your cup. Go in there, and I think I think you're going to get the job, and I think you're really going to enjoy it.
And then your follow-up, I got meditate. So it's also asking you to take some time for yourself, that perhaps some big energy is coming your way, and that you should be encouraged to find the quieter moments in your life with that. But good luck. I feel it feels good.
Yep, it does. It does. Yeah. You'll have to keep us posted.
But can definitely sense that maybe you're feeling a little anxious around it as you're asking around this question. That we all get very nervous around these new potentials. So
of course, it's something new. If you weren't a little nervous, it wouldn't be the job for you.
Right. I would say it's good to be a little afraid of things. A little bit of fear never hurt any.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. All right. And we'll draw again.
Wow, 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 wow. This is a wheel on a spaceship. Wow, wow, wow.
Wow, wow, wow. Spiritual Garden.
Spiritual Garden.
Yay. If you're here, let us know you're here, and let us know what you would like us to read on. And I think, how are you for time, Blaine?
I'm good for time.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah. I'm happy if people want to give us their time. I'm happy to stay and give something to them. It would be we're seeing some from Amanda Carroll. It would be great. I could walk there. It would be a big change in terms of hours. I'm a night owl. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And Spiritual Garden says, I want to know if my son Alexander is okay, mentally, physically, emotionally. Man of a few words. Mom gut. Yeah.
Well, just first, I just want to acknowledge that probably feels like a rough place to be in, and that you don't know. And that it sounds like you're a good mom, even in just checking in with all of the sources that you can.
Yeah. And if Yeah, spiritual guardian. If he's an Aries, it's what they do. Just saying. Okay, go
So I
ahead.
get the King of Swords, which feels to me like either you or him are okay, and that you can see things clearly. You are able to communicate clearly. He's a man of few words, and it might be that he's thinking fine. He's sitting on his throne, okay. Um, Part of the King of Swords is that he doesn't need to say a lot of words because he is clear on who he is, how he moves. Um, I would say mentally, it's swords are of the mental health realm, and so this feels like it would be a good sign around that. Um, but it is hard. Particularly, it's hard in our culture because we don't train men to communicate our mental health, our emotional world, and it's hard. And so I see that is causing you some distress.
Yeah.
Another.
And funny, you got one king, I got the other. I got the King of Cups.
Oh, emotional well-being, yes.
Emotional well-being. So they're I think that he is taking care of himself, maybe not in the way that that you would imagine him needing to take care of himself, but he is. Oh, and she says he's a Navy lifer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Because the next card that I got out was emotions are energy in motion. So there are it's often hard for him because there are things that go on that maybe he would like to discuss with you, but he can't discuss with you for whatever reason.
Right.
Right? It doesn't mean if he's not talking to you, it doesn't mean that he's hiding secrets or he doesn't want to communicate. It just means he's not able to talk about certain things due to information and so on. But he's very connected to you.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he trusts your emotions. So if you check in with him, I don't think that he's going to be dishonest with you. If you check in and say, hey, how you doing? I worry about you. Sometimes, I just want to make sure that you're okay. And he'll probably laugh and go, yes, Mom.
I will also say that the two kings, it's great to be the king because you're the master of those, and particularly to be the King of Swords and the king of your mental realm and the king of your emotional world. But it's also hard to be the king in that everyone expects you to be the king. So it could be that he is feeling like he has to be this dominant figure, this strong leader figure, and it's hard to be vulnerable when you feel responsible in that way. I also pulled the talisman, and it's a key. It's a way for you to open up a new door. Maybe what you've been doing to reach him, it's felt like a closed door. So what's a different door to open? What's a new key to open? Maybe it's not that maybe he won't feel maybe he won't feel able to connect with you around some of this, but he might be if you push someone who he would relate with, someone a similar king to king, someone similar in his path, that they might be able, not that you would need a third person to check in on your son, but that he might not feel like, I know I can speak from my experience. My mother has passed over a long time ago. And there were big things in my life that she was a solo mother. My dad passed over when I was 4. And so there was a lot, and we had a good relationship, but I also felt because she had been through so much trouble losing her husband as a young mother of 2, that even as a little kid, I felt like I had to take care of her needs, and I didn't feel like I could be. I had to I taught myself to take care of myself. And so I grew up thinking I got to take care of myself. It's hard for me to be honest, to communicate honestly, to be the King of Cups with my mother and actually open up and respond. It felt too hard. And so sadly she died before I was really able to we had a good relationship, but also there was a lot. I mean, for instance, I came out after she died, and I came out late in life, and so she would have been okay with it. I don't know why I wouldn't have been able to understand it, communicate with her, get that support. But I'm just saying that we see these two kings. It's hard. We feel like, as a male growing up in this society, it's hard. We feel like we have to be the king, and it's hard to let that go. So if you can, the new pathway, if you can maybe get him to connect with a third person who is similar, who can just be like, you know what, I talked to him, he's doing okay. He doesn't feel like he can share this with you, but he's doing okay. If you can open the door perhaps to like a support community, would a support group work? Is there some new door, some new pathway that you could try to connect with him? And it may not be the direct, I think sometimes we all want people to be able to just sit down with us and just let it all out and cry and be vulnerable and share all of the deepest, darkest things. But it's really hard when we think we have to be the king to let that vulnerability out.
Yeah. And particularly weighing options, because one of the things that that I heard my guide say, and this was particularly after you mentioned he's a Navy lifer, I think he's thinking about retiring. And he hasn't really made up his mind yet. So he's kind of going back and forth and whatnot. So he doesn't really want to discuss that, but I think it's been on his mind.
Right.
So, and Venus, thank you very much for that donation. That is very kind of you. So, all righty, we'll do one more, and then, I have to get ready for another show that I'm doing at 5.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, and I got to do a little bit of planning, but that's all right. Okay, folks.
Warm up the other deck.
Yes. So here we go. Whoa.
I'm trying to think of new sounds here. Whoa.
Flower Beauty Peacock Rainbow. There you go. Let us know you're here. Yay. And let us know what you would like us to read on for you. Yay. Yeah. Yippee. You're more than welcome. Okay. All right. What do you want us to read on, Flower Beauty? Yeah. Oh, let me take this off the screen.
A beautiful image, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Venus says, y'all answered the question that was in my mind, even though I posted general. It's almost like we're psychic or something. Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah. Okay. Work finance reading for the next few months.
Work finance. Okay.
Work finance.
Oh, all right. So this card, it's the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune used to always confuse me because it's so often like big things, big fate. The universe spins, the entire cosmos spins, and we're just tiny little specks within it. And I thought, how in the world is that helpful to answer a question? But there was a certain deck and a certain guidebook that it says that it really clued me in. It's about cycles. The Wheel of Fortune is sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down. And I don't hold to the thing that if you pull it, there's an old tarot thing that if you pull it right side up, it's a good omen. If you pull it bad, this is to remind us that there are always cycles in life. There are always ups and downs. I don't know if I have a prediction for your next few months, other than to say that even though the cycles spin and we go through so many cycles in our lives, we also have a hand in our fate. We cannot control the universe, but we can control how we react to the universe. And in so doing, we can spin the wheel. If we feel like we're in a low place, I always think of, if you think of a cycle as a circle, and it feels like, oh my gosh, I'm down here in this awful, awful place. And so you see this circle and you feel like, oh, I'm back in this circle again. The circle, you have to remember, exists in time. So if you take the circle, it's actually a corkscrew. And so I like to think of it that if we're feeling at our lowest place, if we feel like things aren't going well for us, we have a hand in turning the corkscrew. And so even if we turn the corkscrew and we feel like we're here instead, well, that's better than here. But focusing on what we can do, focusing on what is positive, focusing on, and also to know that maybe it's going to be a great period for you financially in the next few months, but to know that ups and downs come. So,
Yes.
I am not good with money sometimes. If I have it, I spend it. But it's a reminder of, well, things will be hard. If things are feeling good now, like it's a bit of the ant and the grasshopper, save for later. And also the opposite side, that if you are the ant and you have saved, if it's feeling hard, then it will be. But we have a hand in how we accept our fate.
Absolutely. And yeah, my cards echo that. I start off with the Seven of Pentacles.
Oh, yeah.
And the Seven of Pentacles is you reap what you sow.
Right.
So what you put out there is what you're going to get back. Whether that is, positive intention or negative intention, it's going to come back to you. So if you have put in the work in your business life, know that it will be returned to you as a reward. I also got the next card was, and this tells me everything, clear limiting beliefs. And that totally, for me, it goes with that Seven of Pentacles, in that you reap what you sow. If you believe that you're going to be successful, and you carry on through your day as if you have already reached that success, it will happen. If you look at what you have accomplished and go, oh, but what if someone comes by and tries to take it from me? What if this happens? What if that happens? And you concentrate on the negative, then you're not allowing yourself to be as successful as you could be, because your belief is keeping you down at the lower level. So clear those limiting beliefs, right? This is, what's the bird on here? I'm not sure what kind of bird that is, but anyway, flying high, spreading wings, right? Going forward. You want to be successful, you tell yourself that you are successful, and you wake up every morning and say, it's a beautiful day. I'm successful today.
Right.
And it will come.
The one thing I also love about the Seven of Coins is it is the reap what you have sown, but it's also a chance that if your gardening, quote unquote, gardening methods aren't working, you can reevaluate what you're doing to achieve a better harvest next time. And so we've got, this is home. This is asking you to return to your center. Keep in mind who you are, and if that has felt, and that's going to be your guide always, is to be yourself out in this world. We're sometimes encouraged to be someone else, do things in other ways. Return to what feels right to you in this way, and then that will help you spin your wheel of fortune in the way that it's most beneficial.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Perfect. Well, I hope that Flower Beauty, that resonated with you. And hi, Bora Bora. We're just getting ready to say goodbye. But I will, Bora Bora, if you can, please make sure that you subscribe to Blaine's channel.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So, all right. You all take care. Thank you for spending part of your afternoon with us. It means the world, and we'll definitely be doing this again. And I will be on at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time with Cleo the Seer as we do our kitchen table issues. So, I got to get in the muck. I got to go look at the news and find some things that we're going to talk about. I hope there's something going on that we can talk about,
Right. Yeah, if only this great world kept spinning, and if only there was,
Yes.
It actually might be nice if there wasn't something to talk about for once. It would be.
It would be lovely.
Like, don't we all deserve a day off from all of that?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, guys, and we'll see you later.
Thanks
Bye
for
for now.
time with us.